filter.
You are
Okay.
live.
Well,
Lynn, we are
we are
live.
live.
This is exciting.
Awesome.
We're back on track with going live, and we were doing that pre-holiday season, and now we're back on track because we have some exciting things going on to do with visibility. So how are you, Lynn?
I'm doing great, Kathleen. How are you?
You know, I am doing fantastic because I'm so excited about what's been happening and what's coming in the new year for entrepreneurs everywhere. It's interesting because you have the people that say, oh, these are really tough times and I don't have any opportunity. And then you have those of us who are saying, these are great times for entrepreneurs. And there are certain caveats that apply to it. It's like you can't just sit back and rest on your laurels. It's about being proactive and being very strategic in your proactiveness.
Absolutely. Reminds me of our conversation the other day about, if you're living in the past is like a canceled check. If you're living
Yes,
in the future, it's like an IOU. And there's a lot to having an IOU, especially if somebody can pay on it. But there's also a downside to it because if you're spending too much time there, you're not here in the present moment where the work that you're talking about really counts. And for
absolutely.
us, we've been in that future pacing, that future setting space when it comes to planning what it is that we want to see happen for the year and beyond.
And beyond.
And now we're in the space of doing again. We're at where opportunity can meet us and we're ready because we are doing. We're beyond the planning. Now there's a key here too because we continually plan, but
Right.
we're also majorly in the doing.
Well, and one of the steps in the doing is taking the actions that support your vision. For example, we're expanding our team, and I know a lot of times people say, "When I get this, I'll do this." And sometimes you have to do this in order to get this. And what I mean by
Absolutely.
that is let's say that you're just so overwhelmed with the amount of activity going on in your business, or you feel like you're spinning your wheels and you know that hiring somebody to support you in what you're doing would be a good idea. And what a lot of people do, the people that are either struggling in business or they're inexperienced in business, they say, well, when I make more sales, then I'll get more help. And it's like, no, you might need to get more help first before you're going to make the sales. Because if you're spending all your time on the work that could be outsourced to a virtual assistant or to a team member, you are not going to have the creative energy to do what needs to be done. Because one of the things that Lynn, you and I do quite a bit is we look at what are the high level projects that you and I need to work on. What are the things that only you and I can do for our clients, and what else can be given to the team. So that's a really important part of gaining visibility, of being strategic in what you're doing, and in generating revenues.
Absolutely. And to your point about, the mindset of I have to do it first. I have to have the revenue first before I can commit to something. And a lot of times that is what stops the flow. As a certified flow consultant, I've always been in this space of what creates flow, what blocks flow, and a lot of it is internal energy, especially when you're thinking, I can't do this, versus asking yourself the better question, how can I do this? And yeah, it's going to require some things, but leadership requires us to step up and step into what we want. And when you can do that, when you know that building the strategy, not just for this month, but for the quarter and for the year, is more important than maybe making two sales calls, because this plan does need to be in place so that your sales calls or your strategic discovery calls, your exploration calls, your relationship building calls have more direction. The flow is open for that energy and the opportunities to come in with that. And so that's a key component to it as well. It's like having that mindset, asking yourself a better question.
Absolutely. And one of the things that we've been doing is we've been laying a really solid foundation. We've been meeting quite a bit to plan out the next year and beyond. And so that way we have a roadmap, because what a lot of people do is they show up in their office every day, wherever their office may be. It could be on your kitchen table, it could be in a physical building away from your home, but wherever your office is, and they show up and then they say, what am I going to do for today? Well, the best thing to do is step back and really look at where do you want to go and then map that out. We have been working on some phenomenal things coming, and I think we should give people a little bit of insight and a peek into the future of what we have coming. And the future is not too far off in the distance. We actually are doing some private events for clients and customers, people who have invested in our products and services. So if you fit in that category, you will be invited to some private events. We also have some open to the public events that we're going to be doing master classes. We're going to be doing blueprints, 3-day blueprints. We're going to be doing, I'll let you talk about the VDPs, because that's a really exciting feature of what we're going to be offering moving forward.
Well, I think we all know that there's value in networking. And one of the things that we want to really emphasize is there's value in the different types of networking that can be done. So there are a lot of places you can go and network and put your business card in somebody's hand and make your connections, especially when it comes to sales and make your sales. And one of the things that Kathleen, you and I have talked a lot about and have recognized is that going into this decade and through this decade that we're in, business is actually being conducted differently. And those who are more successful, you ask, what are they doing? And they're focused on relationship. They're focused on relationship and how do you build relationship. And I remember us talking about what can we do to create the space that allows us to build relationships and others, because we're events oriented, we're collaborator oriented. And how can we bring this all together? And we thought, networking group, if we had to go to the typical networking group, a lot of our clients wouldn't fit, right? But if we went to a model, and it's all about models, right? There's different models. You can't have the same model for your business growth that you have for a retail business that you do for a service business of like insurance. It's different. There are some overlapping similarities, and it's about relationship building. And so we have decided to start a networking type of meeting twice a month. We're going to be doing it twice a month, and they're called virtual dinner parties. And a friend of mine started one, and I was like, I like this. We could do something like this for our clients and our potential clients and our community, because we're about visibility and impact. We're about visibility and impact for vegan entrepreneurs, for pre-vegan, for entrepreneurs who fit into the mindset of creating a healthier, better world,
Right.
right? And so we decided to do virtual dinner parties. They are invitational. So we're not just, willy-nilly, everybody
Right.
come. You have to really qualify to come, and easy qualifications. But if you are the type of business that this won't work for, we don't want to waste your time. And if you are the type of business that this works for, we want you to be a part of it. You want to gain visibility. If you want to make a bigger impact through the work that you do, if you are a vegan coach or business owner, healthpreneur, doctor, we're going for doctors and health practitioners and those who really want to know how to create their message, move their message, get their work out to more people to understand what we're moving into in this decade of not just business, but in helping to heal the world,
Mhm.
then this is the place to be. So
Well,
we'll be sharing more of that.
yeah, let me stop you there so that you can give people kind of an idea of what a virtual dinner party consists of, because it's not your typical networking. I remember when I first heard about it, I thought, not another networking opportunity. Well, I was so taken with the platform and the format of how you do a virtual dinner party and the connections I made, that you and I both went through some very high level specialized training, to really be able to offer this as a great option to people who want to really understand where they're blocked, what their greatest successes are, how they move their business to the next level. So, can you explain in some detail what people can expect when they are invited? Now, that's the key. You don't just show up. We personally invite you. So we're kind of handpicking the people that we would like to communicate and if you will, go into the playground with other people.
Well, first of all, I have to say that there's value in every piece of it, but there is a training component. And because we are visibility experts and we really teach and train on different methodologies to create visibility, we also will have a piece of training involved in the VDP. But what the training is going to be about is helping you to hone in on your message, hone in on your target audience, hone in on being able to express what it is that you do so that others know. You know, the biggest part of doing business is we may know what we're doing, we may know how we're doing it and why we're doing it, but if other people don't know, what's the point, right? And a lot of people in business think that other people know, yet they don't.
Right.
And how much more could we do when other people know who you are, what you're about, what your message is, why you're doing what you're doing? That's the relationship building. And we do that in breakout rooms. But we give you the tools to be able to go out beyond the VDP and do some of the things that we'll teach you how to
Mhm.
do so that you can expand your network, expand your message reach, and create new business opportunities for yourself because that's what we all want, right?
Absolutely. And to really fine tune what it is you do. It's amazing how many people think that they're communicating what they do and people are going, so tell me again exactly what it is you do. Or they're so general in their approach to business. And it really doesn't matter where you're at in business. Sometimes you can get complacent with how you're putting your messaging out there, and you're basically so vague and it's not clear who you do business with, what you do, and what your expertise is. Recently, we had a conversation with somebody who's a copywriter, and we're like, "Well, who do you copyright for?" And well, anybody who needs it. No, 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 no. You've got to dial it down. And it's so interesting, Vlyn, because when I made the conscious choice to really niche down into the market that the two of us work with now, I had people saying, "Oh, that's too narrow. That's way too narrow." I will tell you, in record time, I went from being a complete unknown to now we have a lot of opportunity because we are known as the specialist within this industry of what we do. And so that's what the VDP, the virtual dinner parties, are going to be about. We're actually going to help you to meet more people that are aligned with what you're doing, the services you offer. And it's not a sales pitch, I will tell you. We don't do any selling at all. We will not do that during the virtual dinner parties because we really want to create value. There's nothing worse like when you used to go to live events in pre-pandemic, you'd go to live events and you'd walk into a group of people who were talking, and then you had the one person who they were there trying to sell their products to everybody when they didn't even know if it was a fit. We're not doing that. we're not doing that at all. So I'm excited about what we have coming, especially with the master classes and the masterminds and the 3-day blueprint events. And we are working into doing some live events, probably in the Atlanta area. We're also considering the Bay Area of California so that we hit both coasts. But a lot of exciting things coming, and it does take strategy. So that's the thing you want to look at is, are you being strategic in what you're doing?
including your networking. If you're going to networking events and you may be making connections, but are they really the return on your investment
Mhm.
of time, energy, and finances? What we are positioning to do and to help others to do is create the environment that actually will allow you to get the biggest return on your investment. And we're doing some special things too because um, one of the things I'm really excited about this. One of the things that we're going to be doing is showcasing a client. So we're going to be showcasing a client at every VDP that, not a lot of time spent, but so that you know the kind of people that we work with that are our relationships that we want to share with you. Because we've said it over and over again. You don't know what you don't know, and you don't know what's possible for yourself until you see and hear what other people have gone through in their journey. So, again, no selling. We don't sell. You're not going to be selling. It's really about relationship building,
Right.
getting to know who is a part of the group. What we will be doing is encouraging you to invite others, you know, plug them in, let us know who they are. And we're doing a lot of this through our Facebook group. Yes, another Facebook group, right? This one is going to be different because we are going to not only share the training things that we're doing, we're going to have special pricing for things that we are going to be selling for people who are part of our community. And we're going to have opportunities for you to share what it is that you're doing to invite others into as well. So, it's not like we're not selling anything. We're all in business
Oh,
to do
well, we're
business.
in business. Yeah.
So, but we do know that there's a methodology that actually creates the level of clientele that you want and you want to do business with. You want to know, the 5 people closest to you, we can measure your own net worth by. We want everybody's net worth and network to rise and, be that all ships rising with the tide.
Absolutely. And I do want to let people know that every Wednesday we're going to go live at this time, and so you can be looking for that. We're going to consistently be showing up on Wednesdays, and then we'll let you know when other events are happening. And we try to keep these lives under 20 minutes. So with that, I'm thrilled that we have so many exciting things coming in the new year. And for those people who are going to be joining in, I'm thrilled to have you be a part of this. And Vlyn, in closing, what are your final thoughts?
I remember being at a place and time thinking I'd love to see my business doing X, Y, and Z, right? And today I can honestly say that I am here. We're here because of some of that thinking. And so a lot of what we're going to be doing is really moving in the energy of higher level thinking, higher level doing, which means that you're not doing everything. Kathleen said, we're building our team. There's some methodologies that we'll be sharing that will hopefully help you to build your team cost effectively and efficiently, because that's part of the accelerated growth that we're all about. And visibility is at the top of the list when you talk about accelerated business growth. So
Absolutely. All righty. Well, Vlyn, it's always a delight. And to the people who were watching and will be watching, thank you so much. And we look forward to seeing you at one of the virtual dinner parties and other events that we have going on. Have a great day.
Bye for now.